Need a build to the Vanguard in Space Marine 2? I got you covered. First of all, for your primary weapon, I'd recommend taking the Melter Rifle, focusing on the perks that increase your range or the amount of ammunition you can have. However, if you do prefer to fight at range, both the Instigator Bolt Carbine and the Oculus Bolt Carbine are good options, and if you take these, focus on perks that increase the amount of ammunition you can carry. As for your secondary weapon, I'd personally go for the Neo Volkite pistol to help deal with enemies at range. And then finally for your melee weapons, I would take the chainsword. The combat knife is also good for dueling, but the chainsword can not only duel and quite effectively stun lock Majora's level enemies with its charge attacks, but it is also better at wave clearing when compared to the combat knife. Remember to take fencing or balanced versions of the chainsword. For your core perks for column 1, I'd first take Melee Mastery to increase our melee damage by 10% against Majora's level enemies. For column 2, I'd recommend taking Conviction, to which the moment we lose our armor, we will take 15% less health damage for 10 seconds. You can also take Duelist if you want, especially if you're not confident in your abilities to perfect parry or perfect dodge. And then for column 3, I'd recommend taking Consecutive Execution. Killing 10 enemies in rapid succession will restore our grenades by 1. This can happen once every 180 seconds. As for your team perks, I'd recommend taking Inner Fire. All squad members restore ability charge by 15% when performing finishers. As for your gear perks, first of all, I'd recommend taking Shockwave to allow our diving kick to deal an area of effect of 5 meters when it reaches our target. This allows us to stagger multiple opponents at once. I'll then take Tip of the Spear, to which enemies hit by the diving kick take 15% more range damage for 10 seconds, great when combined with the Melter Rifle. And then for column 3, I'll take Grim Determination, to which when the grapple launcher is on cooldown, our damage is increased by 10%. Finally, for the signature perks, I'll take Adrenaline Rush, which allows melee kills of Majora's level enemies or higher to restore our health by 10%, allowing for some amazing survivability with the Vanguard. And so, that is the build I tend to use with the Vanguard in Space Marine 2.